Creatives, welcome to the Daily Pick a Card and birthday reading for September 22nd. If you were born today after sunrise, you are a Two of Clubs. If you were born before sunrise, you're actually yesterday's card, which was a Three of Clubs. So the way we do this is I read each card individually, then all together for the collective. We're going to talk about the Two of Clubs energy and what that looks like for the day. Then we're going to wish the Two of Clubs a very happy birthday. This is your solar year cards. They are here to help you help yourself in your manifesting abilities by raising your vibration. And therefore, having that very lovely, delicious energy to draw on anytime you need to manifest. So let's get started and turn over card number one. We have the Four of Hearts. This is really nice to see here. I look at the chart of the day to sort of get the energy that we're all going to be in. And the Four of Hearts is in the Mars position. So this is saying that we are going to be going for what we want and, how we go about getting what we want, asking for it, what we do with it once we have it, how we possess it is going to be very stable, loving. It is that Mercury energy that is communicative and knows how to voice and speak up and all of the good stuff, how you communicate. So we've also got the High Priestess energy, which is super beautiful. Also, Mercury communications in that red fours. It is that divine guidance. So we're going to have that divine guidance, that epiphanies of what we need, that serenity in our choices and stability in our emotions. It's just a beautiful card to get here, and it's a lovely card for the Two of Clubs to have on your Mars position. It really says so much about the way you make your decisions. And we are there at the end, the very last day of Virgo season. So it's lovely that this Mars energy is coming up and having that communications around that as well. So really loving that. All right. So what we're going to do next is, because of the four energy, right? The fourth position is Mercury. So that's why it brings in that connotation of the Mercury as well. All right, let's look at card number two. We've got the Two of Clubs. Wow, this is pretty cool. Yesterday was the Three of Clubs, and we got the Three of Clubs. This is really a powerful ending to the Virgo season, the last 2 days. And we are right on that halfway point to the next full moon. So that's really interesting too. We've got about 4 or 5 more days, I think, until maybe six more days until we reach that point. And so we've got plenty of time to manifest and figure out what we want to see come to full fruition. So the Two of Clubs, here we are. Oh my goodness, getting answers to our questions, and these could come through in any which way possible. It's all about how you gather your energy and what you do with it. So this is Emperor energy, so that's going to add a lot of strength for this, a lot of willpower. We are going to be able to, again, settle into the stability of even numbers, and the black numbers is going to make it a little more masculine in how it's delivered. So it's going to be feeling pretty strong and straightforward in that. And yeah, this is good. I'm really kind of excited about this. It's about how we take action, the Two of Clubs, because you've got to take advantage of it. You've got to put the work in. It's not a given, it's not just handed to you. So there's some work involved in this, but it looks like, it's very happy work. It's easy for us to embrace it because it is also acting on the synchronicities that just come through. It is about having whatever correspondence comes through, whether that be spiritually or through the written word, television. I mean, there's so many ways to have a message reach you through synchronicities, or just those messages from your divine inner self. It's beautiful energy here today, so stable and loving. Feeling really warm. All right, let's look at card number 3. Wow, we got the Destiny card yesterday as well. It was in the birthday message, but this is all right. Here we go. We are definitely doing the strong thing today. This is ending out Virgo season with a bang. All right, let's see what we get for the Destiny card. This should be very interesting and important. I just feel it through my fingers, and it tells me exactly which card they want to bring forth. It's up this way. All right, there it is. The Ace of Hearts in reverse. Okay, so in a reversal, this is about having some obsession about what we have. We want to want more. If we're having the rose-colored glasses on, it is being conceit covering a low self-esteem. So very interesting card for this to just pop up here, isn't it? Wow. All right. So let's think about that for a second, because it's a reversal. So this is a heads up about what kind of energy we need to consider, whether we get triggered into such behavior or we bump into that behavior and have to figure out how we are bumping into it. We get triggered in a way that brings forth a desire or an impulse. It shows a block of how we are trying to avoid something. So we're going to have to take a look at that. Whatever comes up for you, bumping into it or being triggered into wanting to behave in that fashion. So, it's a mirrored part. So you just need to be thinking about this as it being brought forth in a timely manner. It's ready to be healed. So there's a big chunk here that can help us raise our vibration today as well. It's always about that. It's always about doing the right thing. It's always in good measure as well. You won't get anything that you can't handle. It'll be a choice for you, for me, for all of us to do the right thing. But we'll know with all of this other energy going on what is clear and what's going to keep us in that good balance, okay? All right, so I'm going to leave it right there, because whatever discomfort comes up, you just really need to stay curious about it, witness what you're feeling and deal with it. Think about it with that kindness and that compassion, okay? And through that constructive thought, you'll be able to really see the shadow attributes and how you can step into a lighter you, right? It's all good. It's where the good goopy stuff is. It's what nourishes our blossoming. So these obstacles are put on our path of destiny, right? To do exactly that. We're looking at an upgrade. So we need to embrace it, okay? And be able to see where our fears are and what conditioning that we have been in and how we can get out of it. It's pretty cool, I think. In the way that it leaves you or leads you and leaves you in a truer you. It's all about truth, isn't it? Especially in this third decan Virgo subruled Venus. It is the most truthful and honest. It can also be the quickest temper. So try to hold that in check. That temper tells you something about yourself as well, especially that Mars position. You need to come through with that emotional stability and balance that Four of Hearts really is telling us that we have here. We can do this and we can figure it out. We're going to see it. We're going to know it. We're going to know how to act on it. And we're going to get this done. Okay. Whew, that's very interesting. So, this Two of Clubs energy today, how is that going to affect us? So, the Two of Clubs, any low vibe around that, as I was saying, is just being afraid to do it, right? Or being divided about how to think about it. Staying in that rose-colored glasses of delusional thought. So we're going to have to be really grounded and really aware and open to what comes through for information for us, because it's going to make all the difference as to how much we can take on, how much we're ready for, and how much truth we can allow through so that we can move on to that new version of who we are at a higher vibration. Okay. Wow. Happy birthday, Two of Clubs. This is quite the birthday, isn't it? Already. Okay. This is a fun card. I haven't seen this one in a while. I love this. Okay. So let's see what you get for the Creativity Oracle and where you're being invited to take a closer look. Evolve. Creative ideas evolve out of the invisible and profound nothingness of proverbial consciousness. I'm going to have to read that one again. Creative ideas evolve out of the invisible and profound nothingness of proverbial consciousness. All right, so the more thought you put into something, the more information comes through. It's there, right? It's you being you, just on your path of seeking that knowledge, always hungry for something to creatively think about. And what happens when you do that? It's just this beautiful, evolving upgrade. I like that idea because It's you really doing what you're doing, right? This is you. So how do you go about doing that? Well, you look at your chart. We've got the 10 of clubs on the ecliptic. So that is your life path, your destiny. And that's a lot of work. That's the magician card. So it's you really being able to get into that manifestation. You're that, and you're the emperor. So, there's a lot of power and strength in that, willpower, and having that force of nature to get where you're going, and just have that groundedness around it as well. You've got the King of Clubs on the Sun position, so that takes you down to your catch 22, which is the Pluto card, right? Because that's the King's position. So that Three of Hearts there is what can trip you up. And the Three of Hearts is all about that Mars and Temperance energy, where you've got that Four of Clubs on your Mars card. So that's interesting as well, because the threes are all about having to grow emotionally through experiences, one after the other, barely getting through one when another one is right there for you. And how do you do that? How do you release something that you felt was serving you and now it's not, constantly needing that upgrade? It's a big, tall order, especially with that King of Clubs, where you're being asked to just let go, and those limiting beliefs of self, which are so intertwined with that Three of Heart, because it's you emotionally. And it's on your, the Four of Hearts being so intricately involved in that whole scenario as well. I really like that you have that Six of Spades on your Ketu, your Rahu energy. That is where you're being invited into really settle and understand what's best for you. That is you figuring it out eventually, because you are that Two of Clubs and you do understand what you need at your core. Very stable card. Loving, giving, and having that information to acquire and to share. It's all right there for you. Yeah. And your K2 energy is that Queen of Hearts, which is just leads you back to the Queen position of the King of Spades. So you got a lot of tower moments in your chart, but knowing how to really follow your higher self, your daimon, your spirit guides, the messages that come through for you. Talk about the synchronicities of that Two of Clubs energy that you have. If you're paying attention, there's tons of information for you to draw upon. They're bringing it all the time. I love that. Okay, so yeah, evolving through all of the creative chaos in your chart, eventually getting you through that Three of Hearts to really settle into that Six of Spades. And then consciously what that is for you. Interesting. All right, let's see what you get with the spirit and nature. Yeah, see, Seven of Spades. So it is all about those tower moments and how you are dealing with that, because more than likely it is around your emotional feelings about things and how easily you allow that change to happen for yourself, that evolving change of emotions. So it's how you take action around that. So keeping it in the higher vibration, the sevens would add that bit of information about how to do that constructively by staying out of those Saturn heavier life lessons of either being, in the victim mode or the perpetrator or the defender, right? You've got those three ways of being that you could be stuck in. So you don't want to be in that shaming of yourself, being in that victim mode or feeling needy or defensive about hanging on to that Three of Hearts energy. It's really about being the watcher with the sevens and the dark sevens. It's that tower moment. So, they can either come through with this shock of clarity, or if you're not paying attention, which you are being invited into participating in a more clear-sightedness. If you are looking and ready for it, it is really pretty darn sweet. It takes a lot of strength to do that, but you do have the Emperor behind you. That is your major arcana card. Nothing wrong with that. And that intuitive moon energy as well. This is really pretty nice. You are really being given this big deal to do here. So to stay out of those victim, perpetrator, or defender modes, and to not get overwhelmed in allowing that change to happen is really the clue for you. If you can name it, you've really got it, to be able to write it down and consciously understand what's being brought forth. It's all about that Three of Hearts for you. All right, let's see what you get for the Wishcraft card. Freeze it. I freeze what I no longer want. Got fire and ice here. This is awesome. Okay, so freezing it. You can actually do that. If you want to get your witchy self on, you write it on a piece of paper and you put it in the freezer. And it freezes it. And you ask for it to be frozen in time, where it is like putting it under lock and key. You can take it out and you can deal with it whenever you want, but you can do this. And if you're not ready to take a deeper look, just know that you can put it on the shelf. You don't have to deny it. You don't have to think that you've got to do something with it, just because it's there. You don't have to. Just write down what you know of it and put it into the freezer. It's really, I've done it. It works. It kind of like gives you that grounded stability and takes you out of the anxiety and the stress of feeling like you've got to deal with something that is taxing your depths emotionally as it is. You don't have to. You can put it away and bring it out when you're ready, once you've gathered the information that you need. And then you can take it out and deal with it in increments of what's comfortable. So, wow. Okay. Well, there you go. And every time you do that, you raise your vibration and you've got something pretty darn sweet and beautiful and blossoming for you to draw on when it's time to manifest. Really put that 10 of clubs ecliptic card of yours to the test this year. I love it. All right. Well, happy birthday, Two of Clubs. Thank you for closing out Virgo season with us. This is a beautiful read. And as always, let's do this with kindness and curiosity on our creative paths.